Hello everyone, I'm Brian, and today is my Game 5 Tau versus Salamanders. So, this is a little bit of a new list. I decided to try getting some units that can score some points, because the last few games, points were my biggest issue. So this unit of Crisis Suit here, you have my Commander in a Crisis Suit. Again, equipped the same, they all have the Battlesuit support system, so they can all fall back and shoot. 3 plasmas and 2 gun drones, 3 plasmas, 2 gun drones, 3 plasmas, 2 gun drones, 3 plasmas, 2 gun drones, 2 plasma, shield generator, and 2 shield drones, 2 shield drones, 2 shield drones, shield generator, and 2 plasmas in each. Right here, you see this is my substitute for Anva, I believe the guy with the bodyguards, and has lone operative. And here is my Pathfinders. We decided that the bottom row of every building is going to be completely sealed. You cannot shoot in and out of it. So they're starting down here. And you can see my stealth suit that advanced and barely touching that objective. And you can see one of his walkers over here. Can't remember what they're called. They have a scout move though. Okay, so you have my secondary crisis suit team here with no commander in it. They are all equipped with 2 shield drones, all equipped with shield generator and 3 missile launchers on each of those. This is a Krutok substitute because Krutoks, I think they sell the pewter models, so I'd rather get a new one, a plastic one if possible, but they don't. Then I have my 3 broadsides. Again, Shadow Sun. This is my Shadow Sun right here. She will be assisting with the crisis suit and these guys. They all have the weapon support system, so they ignore hit modifiers. And thankfully, that actually came in handy against the Salamanders. And they also each have 1 seeker missile, and they have the rail rifle. And these guys are actually at the very bottom. I just put them on top because it's kind of hard to maneuver models underneath all of that without moving my other models. So I told my opponent that these guys are just on the bottom, just easier to maneuver them when they're on top. And then here's another stealth team with my hammerhead. And my stealth team is equipped with a marker drone and a shield drone. This guy is equipped with 2 seeker missiles, missile pods for their little drone things, and the railgun. Again, I'm not too familiar with Space Marines, so you're just going to have to kind of know, I suppose. But anyways, one thing I will say, apparently this librarians give this team kind of like the lone operative ability, so I cannot shoot them unless I'm within 12 inches. Oops. And then the big tank. Actually, this is not the big tank. This is not the executioner. This is the one below it, the repulsor, I believe, that's carrying 12. That can carry up to 12 models. Then you have the Redemptor Dreadnought, and then the Predator, the one with the autocannon. I can't believe I don't know if that's the Annihilator or not. So he has a squad of scouts. This was before they were kind of banned. Again, with the freaking lone operative style ability on them. He has the freaking sniper dude with the lone operative, the specialty sniper guy, the assassin. I forgot what they're called. And then he has the most overpowered unit right over here with the Desolation Squad. Don't know what they're equipped with, can't remember. So this one is actually the end of the movement phase because, yeah, just because certain things have moved since the deployment. And you see he moved his little miniature dreadnought, which actually has apparently a very strong melee versus a regular dreadnought. These guys actually did their scout moving upwards, so they technically did not move. My crisis suit, I'm moving forward so I can get line of sight because these guys, these guys did a scout move upwards, by the way, so they're now on the 2nd floor, so they can shoot out. Crisis suits, I cannot fly over buildings. Buildings been a problem, so I had to move to the side so I get line of sight on things. On Va, I was like, I put him here, he deployed that guy right there, and I'm like, oh crap, he's gonna charge me on Va. That is not good, so I kind of hit him back here because I didn't want him charging forward unless I know I can get rid of that thing. My Shadow Sun moved here so that she's within 6 inches of both the crisis suit and the broadsides. And these dice, this yellow dice, represents the number of seeker missiles. Because I don't have the seeker missile painted, and I don't have weapons painted for the most part, as you can clearly see. And then I move my hammerhead, so again, the number 2 dice represents 2 seeker missiles, and I move these guys over here because I can't shoot them. I want to stay out of range, and I need the marker. I need the marker light on the big tank over there. Okay. Oh, and that's command dice. How many command points I have? All right. So that guy went bye-bye. I shot him with my. I believe I shot him with my crisis suit. Yes, I did. I shot them with my crisis suit. I just popped everything into it because can't see them. Lone operative, lone operative. The unit up front, lone operative. So there's literally nothing I could do to see anything that they've got. I moved them up and didn't really have to shoot with them because I had nothing to shoot at. My my broadsides over here did not move. I did notice the dice are gone. I did pop all my seeker missiles into a tank just to make sure it was dead. And let me go back one here real quick. So I did pop a seeker missile from here too. So ended up popping the big tank with the broadsides. I tried to pop this thing with my hammerhead, rolled 1 to hit, and I said, you know, that's fine. And I rolled the 1 to hit again. Re-rolled right back into a 1, even with a new dice. And actually the tank over here blew up, dealt some pretty good damage against both those guys, and a little bit over here, and I think he lost about a model or 2 from the explosions. Oh, and his little tech marine over here got the little. He said that he has a little token there for that whenever he gets mad. So, again, if you're familiar with Salamanders, I guess he improves something if you blow up a vehicle. Sorry, I'm not very knowledgeable in terms of what other armies do. I'm just telling how they called it in the game. Again, can't touch the lone operatives and those guys because I can't see them. That's the end of my turn 1. And this is the end of my opponent turn 2. Let's see when we get close here. He did the Desolation Squad split fired. I believe half of the indirect fire shots went into this Pathfinder, the other half in the other Pathfinder. And the big missiles, I think 3 was able to see this unit, and the rest of them went into the other Pathfinder squad. So you can see I lost a few Pathfinders here. It looks like I lost a crisis suit, along with one only has 1 wound left. Broadsides were not touched. So that Pathfinder team got almost annihilated. All I left over was the 3 railguns. And one of the Pathfinders actually has 1 wound left. No, actually 2 wounds left, that's right. Because I gave one of the railguns 2 shield drones because I wanted to stay alive. And then he popped shots at one of my stealth teams with 1 wound left. And you see his movement now, he's trying to close the gap. As long as here too. We did both tactical objectives. I'm sorry, I need to do better with the objectives as well, but I did end up winning with points anyway with this mission. So that's his command dice, how many command points he has. So you see him move this unit back so he can pop fires into my squad. And this is also in the squad, the apothecary. So this is his earned turn 1. This is my end of turn 2. I moved on Va, advanced them into the spot to claim the objective. My Pathfinders, I moved them down because I didn't want them to get hit anymore, even though he does have indirect fire. I end up dropping my my reserve crisis suits over here with the commander, and I advance these guys forward to claim that center objective. I end up moving Shadowstone over here because I think I'd rather follow the crisis suit, and the broadsides being stationary and being guided are already hitting on a 2+ anyway. I move this Pathfinder. Jeez. I moved these Pathfinders over here to because this is where most of his army is left over now. Is on this side of the field. And then you notice I got rid of his big squad over here. And this guy is relatively untouched because of this lone operative type of ability to give to units. The Dreadnought is gone as well. That guy is by himself. So the Dreadnought was popped by my Hammerhead. The tank over here was popped by, I think it was my Plasmas. Yes, it was this Plasmas over here of the squad. And the only reason why, actually Plasmas probably, yeah, Plasmas. The reason why I shot at the tanks because I could not shoot these guys. I was still, even after deep striking being 9 inches away, because of the vertical distance, I was still outside of 12. And, oh no, actually, I'm sorry, the Plasmas took out the Desolation Squad. Everything went to the Desolation Squad. The missile launchers, let me see if missile launchers went into the tank, dealt enough damage to blow it up. The Plasmas, all of it went into the Desolation Squad because I had to get rid of that unit. And this guy was left with 1 wound. So this is my end of turn 2. This is the end of his turn 2. He popped his, he actually had some deep-striped units, and it's a Terminator squad. End up killing one of the, of my Pathfinders over here with 2 left. And he charged my tank. He shot, I think, of the flamer into them, and I think shot a few times into them, and then charged my tank. This is the wound dice, by the way. So this is, mind you, at the end of his turn, it hit me with melee attacks and only dealt 4 damage. And this guy's pop shots into them because he didn't really want to. I mean, there were no AP. These guys are saving on 3+, plus or minus 1 to hit. So my tank was in trouble here. I had to get it out. Again, this guy is stuck over here. And these guys have been untouched because of the lone operative style ability. He did pop shots at my commander trying to take him out of the squad, but he was left with 2 wounds left. He shot with this guy and knocked him down to 2 wounds left, then shot with the scout squad into my commander with their position, and luckily enough I was able to save against them. So I got really lucky with this commander staying alive. If he would have died, I had Shadow Sun close by just in case to provide them with a rerolls of 1. I popped these guys up top so they can provide support for rerolls of 1 and guided. And Anva is just chilling back there, looking green as always. I could not shoot this guy because he was behind cover, so I can't see him. I had to assassinate as well, but you know, no big deal. So this is the end of his turn 2. This is my end of turn 3 here. You can see I moved forward, guy gone, scouts gone. End up splitting 3 shots into the what was that? 2, 4, 7 plasma shots and 2 gun drones into him just to make sure he was dead, and then the rest of the plasma and gun drones into the scout squad. And look, oddly enough, I just had enough to kill that scout squad. The gun drones end up doing the last bit of wounds. I was moving these guys out so they can provide guided, if they can, to the Terminators over here. But as you can see, the Terminators are all gone. The broadside shot him off the board. I fell back with this unit, and it can't shoot. I believe if you fall back, you can't shoot. He has no ability to shoot when it falls back, so I fell back so I can shoot the Terminators with the broadsides, which hasn't moved since deployment. I moved this guy's back to force him to kind of charge, to leave that area, and I'm sitting there blasting him with the burst cannons, which burst cannons suck so bad. And I'm trying to maneuver into claiming objectives and also providing fire support where I can. And also kind of trying to get rid of his character. But they're going to stay in the middle of the field, so I got 3 people on that objective just in case I need to move these guys out. the stealth team was probably going to stay there or Shadow Sun. Yep, and there we go. My team. Let's see if we can get a better. My team blew out the scouts, and that guy had to move in really, really close to make sure I got it. And he is still alive there because I still can't. He is not bothering me, so I left him alone. And this is the end of his turn 3, and after this he quit because there was just no hope, especially with guided and being sustained hits 2 while guided was really devastating. I did in one shooting, this broadsides alone with the rail rifle, heavy rail rifle did the Terminators in. Also, at one point, he did pop smoke earlier, and as a matter of fact, turn 1, whenever I blew up his tank, he popped smoke. I was like, it's not worth it because these guys ignore hit modifiers, but it does provide you cover, but you're already getting it because not every single one of my units can see the entirety of your tank, so... So he only killed 1 unit of my army, which was stealthy. Oh yeah, we're about to see it. So this Pathfinder squad is only 2 men left out of 10. This is what, 5 out of 10 that's left over. He ran away a little bit just to make sure he wasn't getting in range because he was holding the objective for me, even though this broadside has been sitting here since deployment. It was doing that. I was pushing forward to try to get rid of his last guys. And right here, this is the poor stealth team got annihilated by these guys. So yeah, and that is the end of the game. He called it at this point. Yep. I don't know what to say. I mean, I heard Tao was doing pretty bad. And this person that's playing this army, he plays for fun, for sure. He's not playing competitive. And he hasn't played too much, but I always enjoy playing against him. I felt really bad. His die rolls were rolling quite below average, and I was rolling slightly above average. So slightly above average on my rolls. And some rolls were rolling pretty hot. Again, with the hammerhead rolling a 1, then rolling back into a 1, it's always a good thing. It always happens in almost every game I play with a hammerhead. Oh, roll a 1, no problem. I just need a 2+. Re-roll that 1, oh, it's back to a 1. But yeah, so the game turned out pretty good. I like a few units. I got to add a little bit more. I think I'm going to modify just a little bit more. The missile launchers, I wasn't really too impressed with them, even though they have a number, was it 246 times 6, 36 shots with missile pods, strength 7, AP 1, damage 2. It did the job. I think that'd be great for horde armies, but I think plasma is just as good, if not better, just because even though you don't have that many shots, I think the biggest horde army is about, or should I say unit, is about 20 maybe. I don't know if there's anything bigger than that, but let's see, plasma 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 shots. Is it 15? Oh, and then plus 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 plasma shots from this squad with the 3 meat shields and then gun drones to assist with horde army. So plasma for elites, and then the gun drones, if you're shooting elites, it's just, if they get a wound, that's fantastic. Against horde armies, yes, plasma is not enough shots, but that's the reason for the gun drone support. And plus they're twin linked, so you should have a decent chance of wounding. I love the stealth suits because of the reroll 1s to wound. That's the only thing that gives us rerolls to wound. She gives rerolls to hit, especially with the broadsides, because generally speaking you'll need anything but 1s to wound, and they don't have any rerolls built in like the hammerhead does. This is the reason why I think I like to run at least one hammerhead, because he can go on his own and he has a reroll to hit or a reroll to wound, and I don't necessarily need to guide the Hammerhead, although it's always nice to. The Hammerhead already has a built-in +1 to hit against monsters and vehicles, and also if it doesn't move, it has a heavy weapon, so it will also get a +1 to hit. But if you guide it, then it's a ballistic skill 3 with a +1 to hit if it doesn't move, or +1 to hit if you move against monsters and vehicles. Anva is great for just holding objectives for 65 points, very fantastic. I made a new list. I want to test it out. It's just a little bit of a modification of this list. I won't say anything yet until I actually play with it and then record it and then obviously post it on this channel. So if you want to see that new list to see how it works, how it runs, and my opinion about it, subscribe if you want. Anyways, that's all I have to say about this game. It was crazy. I've only lost, you can see up here, the 3-man stealth suit, and then a whole bunch of Pathfinders and 1 crisis suit. That's the only thing that died. 1 unit, and then lots of individual models from other units, especially this Pathfinder up here. 2 models left alive. Anyways, that's all I have to say. If you like my content, please consider subscribing. Thumbs up, thumbs down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next vid.